Welcome back to GameOdyssey. This is Grayson, and I'm here with TheIrishDonut. And today we're going to look at the top 10 Zelda masks.
Number 10.
The Blast Mask. The Blast Mask is obtained after saving the old lady from the bomb shop from being robbed. On the first day at midnight, the old lady will enter North Clocktown. At exactly 12 a.m., the thief Sakan will steal her bag full of big bomb bags. Link must attack him with his sword, causing Sakan to drop the luggage and preventing him from stealing the bomb bags. After Sakan leaves the scene, the old lady will reward Link with the Blast Mask. While wearing the mask, the B button is replaced with the word Explode. When B is pressed, an explosion will occur from the mask, much in the same way that a bomb explodes. It is useful when a bomb is needed and there are none in Link's inventory, considering the fact that Link loses his items while restarting the 3-day cycle. Using the mask inflicts damage to Link, however, if Link uses his shield while using the mask, he will not receive any damage from the explosion. The mask becomes transparent for 15 seconds after exploding and cannot be used again until its opacity returns. In Majora's Mask 3D, the mask does not turn transparent after being used and takes only 10 seconds to recover. A little fun fact, if you actually shoot Sakan with a bow and arrow while he's running away in North Clocktown, he will actually explode, and you won't see him throughout the entire game, pretty much killing him.
Number 9.
The Stone Mask. To obtain the mask, Link must use the Lens of Truth to find the invisible soldier Shiro. After relating his story of woe, he will ask that Link give him something to cure him. To do this, Link must give him a red or blue potion. If he does, Shiro will give the stone mask to Link in return. In Majora's Mask, Shiro can be found on the road to Icona. In Majora's Mask 3D, Shiro can be found inside the pirate's fortress. When worn, the mask causes Link to become plain as stone, thus allowing him to walk through most Termina undetected. This is especially useful in the pirate's forest, where Link will be thrown out if caught. It can be used in Icona Canyon to enter the music box house, where Pamela is near the door looking at the river. While wearing it, Link generally does not need to worry about being attacked. However, it does not fool bosses or mini-bosses, as well as several other enemies such as Gerudo pirates. It can also be used in the ocean fishing hole to catch bashful anglerfish.
Number 8.
The Hawkeye. The Hawkeye can only be purchased at Mallow Mart in Kakariko Village after completing Tallow and Mallow's bow minigame. Once Link completes the Gorod Mines, he can talk to Tallow to start the side quest, which consists of hitting 3 targets scattered around Kakariko Village using the bow. Successfully hitting the 3 targets yields the hero a piece of heart, and the Hawkeye will also be available for purchase at the Mallow Mart for 100 rupees. The Hawkeye allows Link to see further away than usual. Link can combine it with the hero's bow and use it like a sniper rifle. It is an optional object and is not required to complete the game.
Number 7.
All 4 of the boss remains. Idola's Remains. Idola is the masked jungle warrior of the Woodfall Temple. When Link cleanses the Woodfall Temple for the first time and acquires Idola's Remains, the giant is freed from captivity and meets Link in the giant's chamber, where he teaches Link and Tattle the Oath of Order. The child inside the moon that wears Idola's Remains will play hide and seek with Link in a Woodfall-themed dungeon with usage of the Deku mask after he trades him one of the masks. Goat's Remains. Goat is the masked mechanical monster of Snowhead Temple. When Link cleanses the Snowhead Temple for the first time, he acquires Goat's Remains. The second giant is freed and meets Link in the giant's chamber, where he reveals the giant's nature as the protective gods. The child inside the moon wearing Goat's Remains will play hide and seek with Link in a Snowhead-themed dungeon with usage of the Gorod Mask after he trades him 2 masks. Gyron's Remains. Gyron is the gargantuan masked fish boss of the Great Bay Temple. When Link cleanses the Great Bay Temple for the first time and acquires Gyron's Remains, the third giant is freed and meets Link in the giant's chamber, where Tattle implores the giants to converse on behalf of the world and on the condition that she and Link freed the last giant. The child inside the moon wearing Gyron's remains will play hide and seek with Link in the Great Bay themed dungeon, with usage of the Zora Mask, after he trades him 3 masks. Twin Mold's remains. Twin Mold is the giant masked insect boss of Stone Tower Temple. When Link cleanses the Stone Tower Temple for the first time, he acquires Twin Mold's remains, and the 4th and final giant is freed and meets Link in the giant's chamber, where the giants agree to help Link and Tattle, but ask them to forgive the Skull Kid. The child inside the moon wearing Twin Mold's remains will play hide and seek with Link in a Stone Tower Temple dungeon for him to defeat in his Hylian form.
Number 6.
The Zant Mask. Zant masks are enlarged versions of Zant's stylized helmet, and are immobile except for their ability to teleport. They only open their mouthpiece to fire balls of magic at Link, which can be dodged or deflected using Link's shield. If Link is successful at deflecting the ball of energy back at the mask, it will be stunned for a short period, leaving it open to attacks. Arrows are ineffective against them, as they will just reflect off the metal of the mask. With the Master Sword, they can be killed with 3 strikes, but after the sword has been infused with light, 1 hit is sufficient to destroy them. Some of them attack alone, but others come in groups. Some groups appear in waves, that is, Link defeats a few and a few more appear. The defeat of all masks in an area always results in 1 or more important chests appearing, which usually contain keys, so these enemies really can't be avoided.
Number 5.
The Fused Shadow. The true power of the Fused Shadow is immense. Using just a fraction of its power, Midna obliterated Zant, and when Midna dawns on the complete Fused Shadow, it transforms her into an enormously powerful spider-like creature, capable of piercing the otherwise impenetrable barriers created by Ganondorf. However, the power of the Fused Shadow is less than that of the power of the goddess, as seen when Midna challenges Ganondorf and is soundly defeated. Ganondorf emerges from the encounter seemingly unharmed, grasping the fragment of the Fused Shadow that Midna wore as a helmet. However, this may also be because Fused Shadow's power may have withered over time. Also, though Ganondorf is unharmed physically, he is no longer in the form that he was when he fought Midna. Possibly because she weakened him, Ganondorf crushes the last fragment, presumably destroying the power of the Fused Shadow itself. It is unknown ultimately what became of the crushed fragment, because in the end credits, the pieces are seen laying half buried in Hyrule Field.
Number 4.
The Minish Cap. While in cap form, Ezlo has little of the powers he once had as a Minish. He can, however, shrink Link as well as himself down to Minish size when both stand on top of a Picori portal, as well as restore them to their original size. These portals often look like tree stumps, pots, or rocks, among other things. Additionally, he can open himself as a parachute to keep Link airborne for a little while whenever Link jumps into a gust of wind, or to send him up to a higher area while jumping into a stronger whirlwind. In his true form, Ezzo had the typical powers of a Minish, plus his own vast magical powers. He was also a brilliant craftsman since he managed to create an object as powerful as the magic cap.
Number 3.
The Mask of Truth. In Ocarina of Time, the Mask of Truth can be borrowed from the Happy Mask shop after completing the mask trading sequence. Wearing the mask allows Link to speak to Gossip Stones and learn new things about Hyrule and its inhabitants. The Happy Mask salesman mentions that the mask has been passed down from Sheikah. If Link wears the Mask of Truth in the 4th stage of the Lost Woods, he will receive a Deku Nut upgrade. In Majora's Mask, the Mask of Truth is given to Link by the cursed man in the Spider Swamp house. According to him, he was told that he could become rich if he were to look inside and was given the mask. However, he became cursed as he went inside and turned into a Skulltula-like creature. When Link defeats 30 gold Skulltulas in the house to lift the curse, he rewards him with the Mask of Truth as thanks. Wearing the mask allows Link to speak with Gossip Stones. Many Gossip Stones give clues on how to find other masks. The mask also gives Link the ability to read animals' minds. This is mainly used in the doggy race to see which dog might win. The item description for the mask is only direct reference for it being Sheikah made. In Majora's Mask 3D, due to the lack of rumble feature and the Shard of Agony, the Mask of Truth can be located in hidden grottos. The Mask of Truth can locate hidden grottos. Wearing the mask causes the ground above the grotto to glow. However, the ability is never explained in the game.
Number 2.
The Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is first introduced after the Happy Mask salesman removes the curse that was placed on Link by Skull Kid. The salesman explains that the mask is an ancient artifact that was once used by an ancient tribe for its bewitching rituals. But the mask's wicked power became so great that it was sealed away to prevent a great catastrophe. However, since the ancient tribe vanished, no one accurately knows the true nature of its power. The salesman fears the great devastation that could befall Termina if the mask is not taken back from the Skull Kid. For a majority of the game, the mask is worn by Skull Kid on the clock tower, drawing the moon to Termina. Although the Skull Kid is unaware, Majora's Mask is gradually beginning to take complete control of his mind, with his once harmless pranks becoming malicious acts of evil. Prior to the game's events, Skull Kid used the power of the mask to prank and curse others around him, such as Kafei. After the 4 giants are called, the mask abandons Skull Kid and enters the moon so that it can push through the giants' blockade and complete its destructive path. Link then proceeds to follow Majora's Mask into the moon. Once inside, he finds 4 children wearing the boss remains and 1 lonely child under a tree wearing Majora's Mask. If Link gives all his non-transformation masks to the 4 children, the child wearing Majora's Mask will give him the Fierce Deity's mask. He will then take Link to the final boss room. After the young hero and Tatil defeat Majora's Mask, they return to the land of Termina where the Happy Mask salesman informs them that the evil inside the mask has disappeared. The mask is last seen as the Happy Mask salesman departs with it in his hands. In A Link Between Worlds, Majora's Mask can be seen hanging in Link's house, which later becomes Ravio's shop. It is unknown if the mask is the genuine article, as it is unclear how and when Majora's Mask would have been found in the Downfall timeline. The mask cannot be worn, although Link can merge into the wall behind it to create an illusion of wearing it. The mask was placed in the game as a hint of a Nintendo 3DS remake of Majora's Mask.
Number 1.
All 4 of the transformation masks. If you're wondering why we used all 4, it was just such a close tie between all 4 that I couldn't decide on one to pick as the absolute winner. The Deku Mask. The Deku Mask is one of the transformation masks. When worn, it transforms Link into a Deku scrub. The mask contains the spirit of the Deku Butler's son that Link inhabits when donning the mask, granting him new abilities. With the transformation comes the special abilities of the species, including a new fighting style, the ability to hop across water, a bubble attack that uses magic, and the ability to briefly fly using a Deku flower. Link is first transformed into the Deku Scrub after he follows Skull Kid into Termina, who curses him into this image. Gorod Mask. In Ocarina of Time, the Gorod Mask can be borrowed from the Happy Mask shop salesman after completing the mask trading sequence. It has no function other than to change people's reaction when Link talks to them. The mask contains the spirit of the fallen Goron hero Damarni, and when Link dons the mask, he inhabits the warrior's body. With this transformation grants all the special abilities of the species, including a brand new fighting style, and the ability to carry power kegs. Along with that, he also gains the Goron Pound attack and the ability to roll at high speeds while attacking with spikes. Zora Mask. In Ocarina of Time, the Zora Mask can be borrowed from the Happy Mask shop after completing the mask trading sequence. It has no function other than to change people's reaction when Link talks to them. When shown to Princess Ruto, she will express herself with happiness that Link has become a Zora. The mask contains the spirit of the fallen hero Makeu. When Link dons the mask, he inhabits the hero's body. With this transformation comes the special abilities of that species, including a new fighting style, the ability to swiftly swim underwater, 2 boomerang-like fins as attack, and an electric barrier shield. The Fierce Deity Mask. When worn, it transforms Link into the Fierce Deity. In this state, Link has an adult size and voice. He attacks with a double-handled helix-edged sword, which can release sword beams. Link has significantly greater power and strength and range while in this form. When obtained, it is suggested to be as dangerous as Majora's Mask. Link can obtain the Fierce Deity's mask by trading 20 non-transformation masks to the 4 children inside the moon. Since the Deku Mask, Gorod Mask, and the Zora Mask cannot be traded, Link must have in his possession all the other masks before being able to receive the Fierce Deity mask. Once this has been done, the young hero obtains the masks from the child wearing Majora's Mask. He gives them the masks so that the two of them can play together. It is said that it possesses merits of all the masks, as well as the memories of the people of Termina and the great Fierce Deity. The Fierce Deity mask can only be used during boss battles and in Majora's Mask 3D fishing holes. However, its combat capabilities are disabled inside fishing holes, and fishing hole men will forbid Link from leaving while wearing it. In Hyrule Warriors, the Fierce Deity mask appears as a type of badge in the bazaar. It increases the amount of special attack meter when crafted up to 3 bars. In the Majora's Mask DLC pack, Young Link's mask weapon class is molded after the Fierce Deity mask. While Young Link primarily uses the Kokiri sword in battle, he can temporarily transform into the Fierce Deity as part of Focus Spirit with the mask, as well as briefly during a special attack. While in Focus Spirit, Link's sword transforms into the Fierce Deity sword. Speed and range is heightened, and his attack power for the duration of the Focus Spirit, as Young Link is able to play the Ocarina of Time to empty his special attack meter and fill his magic meter. It is possible for Link to stay in his Focus Spirit for the lengthy periods of time. The mask weapon is of the darkness element. The mask weapon has 2 additional weapon tiers. The Fierce Deity mask, which has a purple aura, and the Vengeful Deity mask, which has a red aura. These different variations transforms Young Link's sword into other swords while in Focus Spirit.
Heidi ho, you bastards. If you like my voice, just so you know, this is the Irish Donut talking. What I do on my channel is I do Let's Plays, shit like that. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just helping out my buddy here, and my first time doing this, so maybe I'm a little off, maybe I'm a little awkward, but I guess it'll work, you know. Hopefully you're not too picky or whatever, but yeah, my channel link should be in the description if you're interested in what I do. I do Let's Plays a lot, actually, and I post one video every day at 12 Central Standard Time. So, see you then. Bye-bye.